guys, running errands. So you know that means I have lots of thoughts that are all in my mind today. And this is on a stand, so nobody freak out. It's funny. This weekend we have a 30th high school reunion. And the same time we have the funeral or celebration of life of a sweet old classmate. And the irony is not lost on me. And I'm hoping that I can say some things that might stick to y'all and kind of resonate with you. It's interesting to me because I know that with my family, I don't know about y'all's, but my kids don't seem to think that we can relate to anything that they go through. Nothing. None of it's all brand new. The wheel has been reinvented for them only. And it is true that they do have things differently than we had. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all these social media things. If you wanted to take a naked picture of yourself, you had to use what the hell is it called? One of those Polaroids. You had to use a Polaroid. Or if you were super dumb, then you took it and then you had to go to the mall and you had to watch it come down that clear tube after it had been developed for everybody and their brother to see your nakedness. And in either case, you got a picture and then you had to try and find some self-discipline to just not do it. And then you had to cut it up because the Polaroids, I swear they were built of steel, so I imagine you probably had to put kerosene on that and burn it, and then the other pictures. So you end up cutting it all up and having a big old puzzle of nakedness that you shouldn't have done in the first place. So, yeah, they're different in that, where they can instantaneously make a bad decision and have to live with those consequences. But honestly, the rest of it, it's exactly the same, I suspect, for generations. You don't know where you fit in high school. You know, you've got your cool kids, you got your stoners, you got your jocks, you got your cheerleaders, you got your popular kids, you got your goofy kids. Titles have all just changed a little bit. I don't think we had emo, and I don't even know if that's around anymore. But the point is that we all had to figure out where we were fitting in. You know, we had to figure out what group did we want to belong to, what group made us feel like we belong. And by the same token, the groups that you were not in were the ones that made you feel bad about yourself. They were the ones that made you very clear on the fact that you didn't fit in that group. And it's interesting to me because with this reunion coming up, I wish I could teach my kids that 30 years later, some of the things haven't changed much, but most of them have. Suddenly, we've experienced life, a lot of it, in all those years that have made us figure out that we got a lot more in common than we ever did not have in common. You know, we've all experienced loss. We all have skeletons that are dancing around. Well, I mean, I do, but I'm sure some people probably try to put them under the bed or in the closet. But between John and I, yeah, we just let them sit out on the front porch, the back porch, the den, that kind of good stuff. You know, we all are scared for our children. We all love our children. Some of us have lost our parents, and that forever changed us. Some of us have lost friends, and that definitely forever changes us because it's entirely too young to be dying before 50 years old. The thing is that I think when John and I if we look back on it, at this age, we were supposed to have it all figured out. We were supposed to have the super nice cars and super nice house, all those things what super nice looked like for you individually, but you were supposed to have all the answers, and your kids were supposed to do this, and this, and you had all these investments, and you were just all the things that you imagined that your parents had figured out at our age. Well, you know what? It's a crock of crap. If some of y'all got it figured out, I am impressed. I mean, I truly am so impressed, and would love to have the notebook that you have kept that you can send to me so that I can either fix some of these messes, improve some of these things, or kind of figure out that you're really full of crap. So, you know, here's the thing too. None of us have it figured out. The way I see it is this weekend, I am so excited about seeing these people. I really am. I love reunions. I love family reunions. I love class reunions. And there's some of you out there that are not going to go. And I suspect it's because you're afraid that same high school feeling will come back to where people will judge you, that you didn't do good enough, that you didn't age well enough, All the good people, the cool people, they're all going to look amazing, so why would you bother going? Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It really is. You know, I'm alive. All my children are. It's not easy. I have a husband that loves me. We know what it's like to struggle with money. We know how hard marriage can be at different intervals in it. We know how very, very hard it is to raise your children, especially now that all of us, most of us, are in the late teens, and even some are like us and have way olders and have a grandbaby. The thing is this, when we go in that room, what I want people to see this weekend is I want everybody to take a deep breath and realize, yeah, okay, so you have a more expensive car, you probably have a bigger house, but ultimately, we all have the same thoughts most of the time. We just want our kids to be safe and turn out okay. We want our marriages to work. We want to not have to be afraid of money. We don't want to struggle anymore. We don't want to have to keep up with pretense. We just want to be able to breathe. Breathe in all those forms. Some marriages failed, and then they remarried, and then maybe those failed. Or maybe those are the ones that brought you the greatest happiness. Who gives a crap? I could care less. The only thing I want to see is people happy that we're alive and that it's not your funeral that we're attending on Friday. That's what I think that we need to concentrate on. And maybe, just maybe, the two lessons that can be learned by the two different generations, ours and theirs, is that it's still a decision that we make every single day, that we can just stop making things that aren't important and start focusing on the fact that, you know what's better is to be able to look at somebody, smile, be nice, pay them a compliment, give them a super tight hug, maybe take a deep breath and realize that either you were or they were the jerk in high school that acted like they were better than you, or you acted like you were better than them, and maybe instead just genuinely be glad that you get to see them, and you might just have a conversation that makes you go, wow, I really missed out on a lot of years of what could have been a good friendship. Because it's never too late. That's the thing, is get reconnected or get connected. Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of the zone that you have lived in since you were in high school. And maybe, just maybe, kind of have a lot more eggs in your basket. The kids, y'all are going to get through this. I promise you. You're going to get through this. You got to be strong, stay true to yourself, use your family as your compass, use your faith as your compass and foundation. And adults, us, same thing. I don't see where it changed. We still have to have our faith and our foundation. We still have to work hard. The only difference is that we know they're going to survive this. And there's days that some of us begin to wonder if we will. But in the meantime, how about we just enjoy the time that we do have? And we say, I love you. And we say, oh my God, you look amazing. And we say, this has been the best time. I want to keep up with you on Facebook. Form and forge friendships that matter. That are the ones that are going to help you get through the same exact times, trials, and all that kind of stuff that every one of us experiences at one point or another. Because if you say you don't, you're a liar. Simply put, you're a liar. And nobody got that figured out, that somebody doesn't have a couple monkeys on their backs when they walk in this reunion this weekend. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have enough room on my shoulders, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to go and I'm going to smile and I'm going to be in awe and I'm going to cry about a friend who left such a legacy of friendship and love that I suspect this is going to be one slam-packed funeral home. Who in the world could ask for anything better than that other than him still being here? Simply. And I think that taking the time to just let go of the garbage, let go of the titles. You're no longer the jock. You're not the cheerleader. You're not the popular one. You're not the cool guy. You know, just let it go. We're all on an even playing field. It just looks a little different materialistically. That's only it. Just materialistically is what it looks differently then. Inside, we're all the same. The only thing I wish for every single one of you is happiness, peace, knowledge, safety, lots and lots of love and laughter. So that's my random thoughts today. I hope everybody will go to their reunions. I hope they reach out to somebody they haven't talked to in a while. And I hope you get lots of hugs, lots of pictures. And that's about it. Have a good day.